Announcer bot is active. Lukey dude from United Kingdom in turn 8, heel is P1 driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. XT Gaming 1017 is P1 on hards driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Lukey dude in inner loop is P1. XT Gaming 1017 in turn 4, S is his second. Lukey dude in turn 10 is P1. "25 minutes remaining in the session. XT Gaming 1017 is second. Lukey dude in turn 6, laces his first. Best lap is a 1:48.610. Pieratus is P2 driving a Nissan GT-R GT3. XT Gaming 1017 is third driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Lukey dude in inner loop is first. Best lap is a 1:47.551. XT Gaming 1017 in turn 1. The 90th second. Best lap is a 153.278. Gerardus in turn 7, Toe is third. XT Gaming 1017 in turn 7, Toe is P2. Potato is P4 driving a Nissan GT-R GT3. Lukey Dude in turn 8, Heel is P2, Dot. "20 minutes remaining in the session." XT Gaming 1017 in turn 5, Outer Loop is third. Pietitus in turn 11 is P-1. XT Gaming 1017 in turn 1. The 90 is P3. Potato in turn 8, Heel is fourth. Pejaritis is P-1. Best lap is a 1:46.415. Potato is P-1. Best lap is a 1:45.166. XT Gaming 1017 in turn 3 S's is P4 on hards. Potato is first. XT Gaming 1017 in turn 8, heel is fourth. Yusarian from Croatia in turn 2 SS is sixth. "15 minutes remaining in the session. XT Gaming 1017 is fourth. Yusarian is P6. BCN Gus VR from Spain in turn 2 SS is sixth, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Lukey Dude in inner loop is P3 on softs. Best lap is a 1:46.731. Potato is P1 on mediums. Gerardus in turn 9 is second, driving a GTR. Best lap is a 1:45.635. Lukey Dude from United Kingdom in turn 4, Esses is third. Best lap is a 1:46.726. Gerardus in inner loop is second, driving a GTR. Aaron K45 from Mexico is P8, driving a Porsche 911 GT3 R. Lukey Dude in inner loop is P3X. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Eric 45 in turn 7. Toe is 7th, driving a 911 GT3R. Lukey Dude in turn 8, heel is P3. But Londo from Panama in turn 2, Esses, is 7th on softs, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Pieritis is 2nd. Lukey Dude from United Kingdom in turn 5, outer loop is P3. Aaron 45 in turn 7, toe is P8. The Tato in turn 10 is first off. Yossarian is fourth. Best lap is a 1:49.728. Arink 45 is P7. Lukey Dude in turn 8. Heel is third. Yossarian is fourth. Best lap is a 1:48.082. Five minutes remaining in the session. Bisingas VR in turn 4. S's is sixth. Yossarian in turn 2, S's is fourth. Best lap is a 1:47.394. Arink 45 is P7. Mr. from France is ninth on softs. Yossarian in turn 11 is P5. Beekness VR is second. Best lap is a 1:45.515. Luki Duden turn 11 is P4. Aaron 45 in turn 11 is 7th. Hex in turn 7. Toe is P9 driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Eric 45 in turn 6. Laces is P6. Best lap is a 1:51.990. Hex is P88. Benja Banana from Sweden in turn 8. Heel is P10 on mediums. Hex is 7th. Best lap is 1:52.846. Mr. from France is P9. Best lap is a 1:53.709. Benja Banana is 10th. Mr. in turn 4. S's is 7th. Best lap is a 1:52.661. A Syrian from Canada is 11th, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R. The qualification session is at Watkins Glen in Watkins Glen, USA. The wind speed is 10 kilometers per hour from the south-southeast. Lassies from Latvia in turn 1. The 90 is P position. Yosarian from Croatia in turn 2. S's is 6th on mediums. Lukey Dude from United Kingdom is P1 driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Potato in turn 10 is P3 on softs, driving a Nissan GTR GT3. Orlando from Panama is 11th, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Botlando is up 13.69 in inner loop. Botlando is up 15.62 in turn 7 toe. Botlando is up 15.65 in turn 9. Benja Banana from Sweden in turn 11 is 5th, up 8.45 on softs. Lackes in turn 10 is 7th, up 19.37 on softs. Lukey Dude in turn 5, outer loop, is P3, up 0.10. Enja Banana in inner loop is 5th, up 0.24. "25 minutes remaining in the session. Benja Banana is up 7.84 in turn 7, toe. Lukey Dude is 4th, up 0.23. Lukey Dude improved is 4th with a 146.571, 1.649 off pole. Lukey Dude is up 0.11 in turn 2, S's. Benja Banana is 8th. Benja Banana improved is P5 with a 147.580, 2.658 off pole. Lasses in turn 11 is 10th, up 1.91. XT Gaming 1017 is P8, up 110, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. XT Gaming 1017 improved is 8th with a 147.796, 2.874 off pole. Lukey Dude in turn 9 is 4th, up 0.12. Benja Banana is P7, up 0.55 on softs. Potato is provisional pole with a 144.911. Benja Banana is up 0.65 in turn 10. Benja Banana improved is P4 with a 146.461, 1550 off pole. Pierrettis in turn 10 is P7, up 0.21, driving a Nissan GTR GT3. Lukey Dude is 5th, up 0.24. Lukey Dude is up 0.43 in turn 9. Lukey Dude improved his P4 with a 146.447, 1.536 off pole. X is 10th, up 0.44, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3. Airing 45 from Mexico is 12th up, 10.77 on softs, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R. Tharaxo from Spain is P12 up 2.25, driving a BMW Z4. "20 minutes remaining in the session. But Lando is second. Watch out. Botlando improved as second with a 1:45.267, 0.356 off pole. Lassis is 12th. Yossarian is P6 up 0.51. Yossarian is up 0.39 in turn 9. Yossarian improved is P4 with a 1:46.058, 1.147 off pole. Yippee-ki-yay from England is 15th up 4.46, driving a BMW Z4. Yippee-ki-yay is up 4.88 in turn 10. Pieritis in turn 9 is P7 up 0.98. Best lap is a 1:46.892, 1.981 off pole. Bajaritis improved as 4th with a 1:45.577, 0.666 off pole. Hex is 11th, up 1.54. Yippee-ki-yay is 10th, up 0.83. Yippee-ki-yay is up 0.44 in turn 9. Lassis in turn 11 is P12. Lassis improved as 12th with a 150.877, 0.5966 off pole. Pieritis is 4th. Botlando is third up 9.26. Botlando is provisional pole with a 1:44.794. 15 minutes remaining in the session. BCNGSVR is third. BCNGUSVR is up 0.68 in turn 9. Beeson-Goose VR is provisional pole with a 1:44.417. Os3N from Canada is P13 on mediums, driving a Porsche 911 GT3 R. Veraxo in turn 10 is P14, up 0.53. Eric 45 in turn 11 is P15. Hex in turn 9 is P12, up 1.05. Best lap is a 150.777, 6.360 off pole. Hex improved is P12 with a 149.747, 0.5330 off pole. Os3 in turn 8, heel is 15th, up 4.37. Osfren is up 3.77 in turn 11. Assen improved is 15th with a 151.877, 7460 off pole. Os3 is up 0.20 in turn 2 S's. Os M is up 0.05 in turn 5 outer loop. X in turn 10 is P12 up 0.11 driving at AMG. Assen in turn 7. Toe is P15 up 0.11. Best lap is a 151.877, 7.460 off pole. Yossarian is 6th up 0.28 driving a Audi. Yippee Kaye from England in turn 4. S's is P11 up 0.14. Astrin from Canada in turn 11 is P15 up 0.53. Less than improved is P14 with a 150.863, 6.446 off pole. Basic Russian setup in inner loop is 17th up 0.36, driving a Nissan GTR GT3. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Yippee is P11 up 0.25. Yippee improved is 9th with a 147.628, 3.211 off pole. Yippee is up 0.17 in turn 2, S's. Basic Russian setup in turn 10 is 16th up 0.75. Austin in turn 11 is P14 up 1.03. Austin improved is P12 with a 149.671, 5.254 off pole. Gerardus in turn 3 S's is P5 up 0.12. Benjabanana in turn 3 S's P8 up 0.21, driving an Audi. Yippee in turn 9 is P9 up 0.28. Hex in turn 9 is P13 up 0.80. Benjabanana is P8 up 0.69. Basic Russian setup in turn 10 is P16 up 0.91. Basic Russian setup improved is P16 with a 151.266, 6.849 off pole. Basic Russian setup is up 0.79 in turn 2 S's. Basic Russian setup is up 0.69 in turn 5 outer loop. Basic Russian setup is up 1.03 in turn 7 toe. Basic Russian setup is up 0.52 in turn 9. Basic Russian setup improved is P14 with a 150.532, 6.115 off pole. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Basic Russian setup is up 0.04 in turn 2 S's. Basic Russian setup is up 0.11 in turn 5, outer loop. Benja Banana in inner loop is 8th, up 0.12 on softs. Benja Banana is up 0.17 in turn 7 toe. Mr. from France in turn 1. The 90 is 10th on softs. Basic Russian setup in turn 9 is 14th, up 0.25, driving a GTR. Basic Russian setup improved is 14 with a 150.015, 5.598 off pole. Lassies from Latvia in turn 5, outer loop is 16th, up 0.35. Lassies is up 0.51 in turn 8, heel. Aaron K45 is P15, up 126. Rank 45 improved is P12 with a 149.193, 4.776 off pole. Potato in turn 7, toe is 4th, up 0.62. Potato is up 0.48 in turn 10. Potato improved is P2 with a 144.559, 0.142 off pole. Basic Russian setup in turn 5, outer loop is P15, up 0.40, driving a GTR. Basic Russian setup is up 0.56 in turn 8, heel. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Basic Russian setup is up 0.57 in turn 11. Basic Russian setup improved is 14th with a 149.741, 0.5324 off pole. Latz's from Latvia is P16 up 0.26. Theraxo in turn 7. Toe is P3 driving a Z4. Best lap is a 144.638, 0.221 off pole. Theraxo is up 0.04 in turn 9. The race session is at Watkins Glen in Watkins Glen, USA. The wind speed is 14 kilometers from the west-northwest. BCN GSVR is P1. Potato is second driving a Nissan GTR GT3. Theraxo from Spain is P3, driving a BMW Z4. Botlando from Panama is P4 on softs, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Gieratis is 5th, driving a Nissan GTR GT3. Josarian from Croatia is 6th on mediums. Lucky Dude from United Kingdom is P7 on mediums, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Benja Banana from Sweden is P8 on mediums. 45 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. BCNG US VR is P1. Benja Banana in turn 1. The 90 is P6. Yippee-ki-yay from England in turn 4. S's is P8, driving a BMW Z4. Adrian Garcia exiting pits on mediums. Lucky Dude in turn 5. Outer loop is 9th. Feraxo in turn 7. Toe is 2nd. Bothlando in turn 8. Heel is P3. Yossarian is P5. Puretis in turn 11 is 7th. Botlondo from Panama is 8th. Lucky Dude in turn 2. S's is P8, 1.3 behind Yippee-ki-yay. Theraxo in inner loop is P3, 0.2 behind Potato. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 5. Outer loop is 7th, 0.4 behind Benja Banana. Biava entering the pits is 17th. Pajaritis in turn 7. Toe is P5 driving a GTR, 0.5 behind Yossarian. Biava exiting pits. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 8. Heel on lap 2 is P7, 0.3 behind Benja Banana. Theraxo in turn 11 is 3rd, 0.5 behind Potato. Theraxo is now 2nd. Adrian Garcia entering the pits is P17. Pieritas in turn 4. S's is P4, 0.6 behind Yossarian. Airink 45 from Mexico. In turn 2, S's is 9th. On mediums, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R, 0.1 behind XT Jiming 1017. XT Jiming 1017 was 4.0 faster last lap. Adrian Garcia exiting pits on softs. Hex is P-11. Thoraxoing turn 8. Heel is second, 0.3 behind Potato. 40 minutes remaining in the session. Benjaminana in turn 11 is P4. Gerardus is P7, 0.4 behind Lukey Dude. Hex in turn 11 is 11th, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3, 0.5 behind Mr. Thoraxo is second, driving a BMW Z4, 0.8 behind Potato. Potato was 0.6 faster last lap. Benjaminana is P4. Best lap is a 147.527, 1.415 off the fastest lap. Adrian Garcia entering the pits is P17. Thoraxo in turn 1. The 90 is P2, 0.4 behind Potato. Hex in turn 11 is P11, 0.7 behind Mr. Adrian Garcia exiting pits on softs. Thoraxo is second, 0.2 behind Potato. Mr. from France in turn 4 S's is 11th. Best lap is a 151.233, 5.498 off the fastest lap. Basic Russian setup in inner loop is P12, driving a Nissan GTR GT3, 0.4 behind Mr. Mr. in turn 6, Laces is P12, 0.3 behind, basic Russian setup. Thoraxo is P2 driving a Z4, 0.2 behind Potato. Basic Russian setup is 11th, 0.5 behind Hex. Potato in turn 6, laces his second, 0.4 behind the Raxo. "35 minutes remaining in the session. X in turn 4, SS is 11th, 0.8 behind basic Russian setup. Basic Russian setup was 2.1 faster last lap. Potato is second, 0.6 behind Theraxo. Hex in turn 8, heel is P11, 0.5 behind basic Russian setup. Potato in turn 7, toe is P-2, 0.5 behind Theraxo. Theraxo was 0.7 faster last lap. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 8, heel his P5, 0.8 behind Benja Banana. Mr. in turn 6, laces is 12th, 2.9 behind Hex. Hex in turn 8, heel is 11th, 0.5 behind basic Russian setup. Potato in turn 7, toe is P-2, 0.7 behind Theraxo. XT Gaming 1017 in inner loop is 8th, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. G entering the pits is P17. XTG Gaming 1017 lost P8 to Aaron K45. Yippee-ki-yay is 5th. Hex in turn 6, laces is 10th, 0.5 behind basic Russian setup. G exiting pits on softs. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 2. S's is P5. Best lap is a 1:46.846, 1.111 off the fastest lap. 30 minutes remaining in the session. Potato is P-2, 1.2 behind Theraxo. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 7. Toe is P5, 0.1 behind Benja Banana. Potato is second, 1.1 behind Theraxo. Benja Banana is P5. Potato in turn 5, outer loop, is second driving a Nissan GTR GT3, 1.0 behind Theraxo. Benja Banana in turn 5, outer loop, is P5 on mediums, 0.2 behind Yippee-ki-yay. Yippee-ki-yay is P-5, 0.3 behind Benja Banana. Potato in turn 11 is P2, 0.7 behind Theraxo. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 1. The 90 is P5, 0.4 behind Benja Banana. Benja Banana was 0.9 faster last lap. Hex is 10th, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3, 0.3 behind basic Russian setup. Hex passed basic Russian setup for P9. Basic Russian setup in turn 9 is 10th, 0.2 behind Hex. Basic Russian setup was 1.0 faster last lap. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 7. Toe is P5, driving a Z4, 0.5 behind Benja Banana. Basic Russian setup in turn 2. S's is 10th, 0.2 behind Hex. Yippee-ki-yay is 5th, 0.9 behind Benja Banana. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Basic Russian setup is P10, driving a GTR, 0.6 behind Hex. Hex was 2.4 faster last lap. Yippee-ki-yay is P5, 0.2 behind Benja Banana. Basic Russian setup is P10. Best lap is a 150.010, 4.275 off the fastest lap. Benja Banana in turn 7. Toe is P5, 0.2 behind Yippee-ki-yay. Potato is second, 1.2 behind Tharaxo. Yippee-ki-yay is 5th. Aaron 45 in turn 7. Toe is 8th, driving a 911 GT3R. Benja Banana is P7. Benja Banana exiting pits. Yippee-ki-yay exiting pits on mediums. Benja Banana passed Yippee-ki-yay for 6th. Potato in turn 8. Heel is second, 0.7 behind Tharaxo. Basic Russian setup in turn 4. S's is 10th, 1.0 behind Hex. Pierretis is P4, driving a GTR. Aaron K45 from Mexico in turn 7. Toe is 8th, 3.6 ahead of Hex. Pierretis is P6, 0.8 behind Benja Banana. Pierretis exiting pits. Pierretis lost 6th to Yippee-ki-yay. Potato is second, 0.4 behind Tharaxo. Potato passed Tharaxo for P1. Spiritus in turn 5 outer loop is 7th. Best lap is a 146.441, 0.706 off the fastest lap. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Ferrexo is P2. Lucky Dude in turn 9 is 4th. Gerardus in turn 8, heel is 7th, 0.1 behind Yippee-Ki-Yay. Pieridis passed Yippee-Ki-Yay for 6th. The Raxo exiting pits on softs. Yossarian is P4. Yossarian exiting pits. Yippee-Ki-Yay on lap 15 is 7th on mediums, 0.4 behind Pieridis. Basic Russian setup is 10th, 2.4 behind Hex. Potato is P-1. Garrus in turn 7, Toe is P6, 1.2 ahead of Yippee-Ki-Yay. Yippee-Ki-Yay was 31.6 faster last lap. Potato is P1, 4.8 ahead of the Raxo. Potato was 1.2 faster last lap. Potato exiting pits. Lucky Dude is 4th, 4.1 behind Yossarian. Arank 45 is 9th, 0.8 ahead of Basic Russian setup. Lucky Dude is 7th driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Lucky Dude exiting pits. Gerardus on lap 16 is P5, 0.6 behind Benja Banana. Pieridis was 2.4 faster last lap. Basic Russian setup in inner loop on lap 16 is 10th, 0.5 behind Arank 45. Gerardus in turn 9 is 5th, 0.4 behind Benja Banana. Yippee-Ki-Yay in turn 11 is P6, 0.4 behind Pierre Gerardus. Pieridis in turn 1, the 90 is 5th, driving a Nissan GTR GT3, 0.5 behind Benja Banana. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Thoraxo is second. Basic Russian setup is P10. Thoraxo in turn 8, heel is second, 0.7 behind Potato. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 8, heel is 5th, 0.8 behind Pierdis. Thoraxo in turn 2, S's is P2, 0.2 behind Potato. Airing 45 is P-Pot 9, driving a 911 GT3R, 0.3 behind Hex. Basic Russian setup, exiting pits. Thoraxo is P2, 0.3 behind Potato. Airing 45 in turn 11 is P9, 0.4 behind Hex. Errant 45 passed Hex for 8th. Hex is P9, driving at AMG GT3. Lukey Dude in inner loop is 7th. Best lap is a 148.454, 2.719 off the fastest lap. Thoraxo in turn 11 is P2 driving a Z4, 0.3 behind Potato. Hex exiting pits. Yippee-ki-yay from England is 5th, 1.1 behind Pierdis. Thoraxo in turn 5. Outer loop is 2nd, 1.0 behind Potato. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 5. Outer loop is 5th, driving a BMW Z4, 1.1 behind Pierdis. Aaron K45 is P8. Pierdis in turn 7. Toe is 4th. Aaron K45 is 8th. Aaron K45 exiting pits. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 11 is 5th, 0.2 behind Pierdis. Yippee-ki-yay passed Pieridus for P4. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Pieridus on lap 20 is 5th, 0.3 behind Yippee-ki-yay. Yippee-ki-yay is P5 driving a Z4. Airing 45 in turn 8. Heel is 9th, 0.7 behind Hex. Yippee-ki-yay is 5th, driving a Z4, 1.9 behind Pieridus. Yippee-ki-yay was 1.5 faster last lap. Airing 45 in turn 2, Esses is 9th. Best lap is a 150.317, 4.582 off the fastest lap. Potato in turn 7, Toe is 1st. Airing K45 is 9th, 1.1 behind Hex. X is P-8, 1.9 ahead of Aaron K45. Yossarian is P3. Lukey Dude in turn 2, S is a 7th. Potato is 1st. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Basic Russian setup in turn 9 is 10th, driving a Nissan GTR GT3. Benja Banana in turn 2, S's is 6th. Potato is P-1. Basic Russian setup is 10th. Yassarian in turn 1. The 90 is P3. Benja Banana in turn 1, the 90 is P6. Lukey Dude in turn 4, S's is P7. The Raxo is P2 driving a Z4. Yippee-ki-yay is 5th. Pietitus in turn 4, S's is 4th. Pietitus lost 4th to Yippee-ki-yay. Yippee-ki-yay in turn 5. Outer loop is P4 on mediums, 1.0 ahead of The leader has just finished the race. Potato finished first. Ferrixo finished P2. Yossarian finished P3. Hex finished 8th. Aaron K45 finished 9th. Yippee finished 4th. Pierritas finished P5. Benja Banana finished 6th. Lukey Dude finished P7. Basic Russian setup finished P10.